Fingers crossed it works. If it doesn't... My old PC case is super dusty and super nasty, and that is where this comes in. This is the Be Quiet Pure Bass 600, and Nerdy Ape Gaming sent this to me so that I can finally get rid of that old case. It was one of the last things that's lived through so many changes and updates and upgrades, and I'm sure you feel the same way. The case seems to be the last thing that gets switched. So we're gonna do a bit of a build video today. Before I even do that, I want to tell you about the few things that I really like about it. I've noticed that it has these really nice big 140mm fans, one in the back, one in the front. It has a nice big open section in the back for cable management. I'm going to try and do a good job of cable management, but I've never done a build on video before. So if I do really bad, make sure you roast me in the comments below. But if you are going to roast me, you need to also like the video. It's like tit for tat, you gotta do both, okay? Like the video, then roast me, and we're all good. Looks like we got a couple slots for SSDs on the back as well, and we've got some nice rubber grommets for our cable management. The only small issue that I saw is that on top there is a metal panel. Luckily, you can take it off. So that comes off, and then we don't have anything beautiful up here, but I never see the top of my PC anyways. I'm going to be installing an all-in-one cooler. Radiator's going to be top mounted, so I need to have airflow intake. Those are the small gripes. Other small gripe is no basement. No basement in this case, just nice and wide and open like the good old days. Again, not a major issue for me, but for you, just be aware of that. I know a lot of their cases do have basements. This one just does not. With no further ado, I will get the parts that we're going to be using, and we will slap this build together the way that you just slapped the subscribe button. Thank you for doing that. Let's get to it. First step is removing everything from the old rig, and don't worry, I'll spare you all that and do it right now. Ta-da! Taking that all out was really easy and took me almost no time at all. I swear to God. It was 5 minutes tops. First things first, I'm going to throw the power supply in. It is an RM750X Corsair power supply. Don't know much more about it, but you can Google it if you want to. Throwing it in. Power supply is in. Before I even put the motherboard in, which is usually kind of the next step, I'm actually going to run some cords from the power supply first and kind of get the routing the way that I want it, just to make cable management easier in the next few steps. So it looks like for the hardware box, not a ton, but you know, it does have your basic case screws. It looks like it also has some Velcro straps for cable management. So that is always very helpful. I always suggest that you have some zip ties on hand for when you're doing your cable management, just basic ones, just really helps clean things up. I think next we'll just pop in the motherboard. Motherboard is in. I'm going to throw a little bit of thermal paste on just because it's accessible. And then I'm going to throw the all-in-one Corsair cooler back in. It's going to be kind of one of the hardest things to fit inside just on this top panel. Once that's on, the rest is going to be pretty easy, hopefully. It's really incredible how few things have dropped during this process. Like usually I'm dropping things left, right, and center. This time, okay, I've actually dropped like 20 things. I'm not going to lie. If this turns on afterwards, I'm going to be pretty impressed. All right, the cooler is in officially. Everything is good there, I think. Next up, we're gonna move on to storage. Got to get all the storage back in. So no quick release trays for the hard drive bays. Perhaps that is on other models of the cases from Be Quiet, but not this one. This one is just your screw into a tray type affair. I said I don't drop anything. Apparently I lied to you. Hard drives. Hard drives are in, and SSD is on. You can see it slapped in the back there. Graphics card will be last. The only thing I have left to do is one of the most annoying parts that we all know about, which is the sort of case connections. The good news is, without a basement, now basements are really popular for cases, mostly just for looks. You know, doesn't really do a lot other than just kind of tidies things up. It's a good place to hide all of your excess cords if you want to have some nice lazy cable management. It also, I guess you could make an argument that it is keeping the airflow in specific kind of segments of your case. So you might get a bit of airflow control, at least from that. But without it, it's very quick and easy to access all of our tiny little connectors. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to zoom up. But I honestly think because there's no basement, it's going to be much, much easier to get all those connections plugged in. So wish me luck. Pro tip, not that I'm a pro or anything, use your flashlight on your phone and just set your phone inside your case if you can to do the little tiny connections. It helps so much. We're basically done. The only thing left is to throw in the graphics card and then just do a little bit of cable management and then press the power button and make sure I didn't mess anything up. Let's find out. I hope basically any of this is visible on camera. If not, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys. If you want to see more build stuff just like this, we're going to be doing a lot more of this on the channel if everything goes the way we want it to. So definitely let us know in the comments below what it is you want to see in the upcoming videos. Products, brands, different kinds of build ideas, whatever you want. Let us know what you're interested in. We'd love to hear from you. Whew, this was a big job. All right, so on to cable management. The important part with cable management is setting yourself up for success. This isn't going to be perfect by any means. I'm not the best in the world at this. But if you kind of keep cable management in mind during the whole build, it will be way easier at the end than if you're just shoving stuff aside until the end. So just little bits of planning, like, okay, I'm going to route this up this way. I'm going to route this through the middle so it's going to come out right where its connection is. Stuff like that, so that you're ready when the final step comes to clean things up. Everything's already pretty close and you just need to kind of bundle it up. So I'll do that now, and then I'll make sure you guys get a good look at it to see how it ends up looking. So before I close it up, I'm going to take a quick look at the back with you. Oh, let's take a look. Not the cleanest thing in the world, but also not the worst. Pretty well managed, I'd say. Lots of zip ties, and the included Velcro straps that Be Quiet added to this case. So that's pretty sweet. As far as the front, also pretty clean, nothing crazy. We'll get some glamour shots. Hopefully I can put them up here. I'm gonna level with you guys. When I was plugging in the 24 pin connector, one of the pins, it looked a little sketchy. So I'm gonna plug it in. Fingers crossed it works. If it doesn't, let's give it a go. We have lights. It's very quiet. It's so quiet. These new fans are so great, and I can really feel the airflow. Yep, but everything's spinning, front fans, back fans. So I've got my rig moved into its new case, its new home. It's a beautiful thing. It's the Be Quiet Pure Bass 600. Thanks again for watching the video. If you want to see more, click subscribe. There's going to be more videos like this and different ones coming down the pipe. So we'll see you guys in those. And remember, if you want any cool PC parts for yourself, check out our website at nerdy8gaming.com. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry. I just remembered I promised you a peel. See you later, guys.